This is a bad shot. Yeah, this is not a bad shot.
Yeah, yeah, the old man passed away in the last couple of years, 100 years old, I think. I don't understand. Why it's got to be
Yeah.
Now I got a lot of guys, you know, not a lot, I got several mom and sure. They want to go around.
I always partner with her. I never worked with her. So I went to her and got a lot of flies now.
Nancy was the owner of
Because I like this attitude. I'm trying to get ready to get out of the house.
All right, let's put our hands together. Come on. Let's go. Red chick for governor. 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 Red chick for governor.
Go, Gretchen, go! Go, Gretchen, go! Go, Gretchen, go!
Go, Gretchen, go! Go, Gretchen, go! Go, Gretchen, go! Go, Gretchen, go! Go, Gretchen, go! Go, Gretchen, go! Go, Gretchen, go!
I made
Go, Gretchen, go! 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 Go, Gretchen, go!
They're coming! They're coming! They're coming! They're coming!
Go, Gretchen, go! 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 Woo! Gretchen, go!
All right!
Hello, everybody! Welcome to our Detroit campus grand opening. My name is Tashana. My name is Kat. And we are the field team for graduation. We would like to introduce Lolita Haley, who has been in this community, this Livernois area community, for over 50 years. She is the reason why we have this wonderful office. But we also want to say, we hope our office looks like this every single day. Before you leave, sign up to volunteer, come and help us. Our doors are going to always be open. Because Tashana and Kat are going to be here. Lolita Haley, where are you? Good morning. Good morning. You ready to go to work? Yes.
I am so excited that we have Gretchen Whitmer on Livernois. I've been on Livernois over 50 years, and when I heard she was going to be a candidate, the first thing I did is the same thing you did. What's in it for me? And I really Yes. She was a senator. Yeah. She's a mother. She got a whole lot of babies. She loves the community, and she had choices where she wanted to put her office. She came over here in one of the oldest black continuous business districts, and she was receptive, positive, and supportive. Because we do have buildings over here that are empty. And I'm probably the oldest person on the foot team, probably, too, you know. But she was welcoming. And I think that one of the major things I was excited, she was talking about education. Yes. And equitable things that are going across the board. She knows that if our children are educated, they make the next leaders. It doesn't matter what color you are, but you've got to be educated to get a job and to find a way in this world. I am so excited to be here, and I want to remind you, I don't know if you've done your homework, but I did. We've got over 100 and some people that are running for offices in the state of Michigan. This is a really big deal. So I want you to get out to vote. If you're not registered, register somebody, take them to the poll, talk to the young people. This is a big deal. It's not about talking about it in the beauty shop, the barber shops, and the stores. It's about going to the polls, because if we don't vote, how can we give her what she needs? She needs to be our next governor. At this time, I'd like to also introduce a longtime friend of me and my family, Bishop Ellis. He's a bishop, he's a leader in the community and a developer, and he also never left. He has a beautiful building, he always gives back to the community. So these are the type of people that are going to and are behind her. So I want to see some of you back on Livernois. Come shout too.
Thank you, Lolita. I am Bishop Charles H. Ellis III, Senior Pastor of Greater Grace Temple, the City of David, we call it, in the city of Detroit, Michigan. I also serve as the presiding bishop of the Pentecostal Assemblies of the World, which consists of some 4,500 churches worldwide. And we've got over 100-something churches right here in Michigan. And we will certainly be doing everything we can to line up behind this honorable woman, Gretchen Whitmer, for governor. Proud to be here today. I'm in full support of the Honorable Gretchen Whitmer for governor, and I certainly believe in her integrity. I've seen her over the years be a woman of integrity, a woman of compassion, a woman of business, a woman of family values. And listen, it's been a long time since we have had a fighter for the urban areas of Michigan. As you all know, we have been in a battle for some years now. And I'm proud to begin now to see that light of hope that for the first time in a long time, we will have a fighter in our corner in Lansing. And that fighter will be Gretchen Whitmer, our next governor. We are going to do everything we can to get behind her. As I said, I've known her as a person who is not just willing to hear people, but she's willing to listen to people. And not just willing to listen to people, but after listening, she is moving forth with fortitude and resolve to bring some kind of resolution to your concerns and to make things better for your life. That's the kind of person that we need in Lansing, and I'm proud to announce now as our next governor, because I'm a man of God and I can prophesy. So I'm prophesying our next governor, Gretchen Whitmer. Spoken by faith. Now the Bible says faith without works is dead. So I've spoken it by faith. Now we've got to go and do the work. I bring to the mic next our very honorable mayor, one who in his own right is working 24/7, not just weekdays, but every single day to bring Detroit back and to restore it to world-class status. Please receive at this time the Honorable Mayor Mike Duggan.
In the entrance and I said to Senator Whitmer, this is a great crowd. She says, no, the crowd's in the next room. So So, Senator, I got to tell you, I kicked off my first elected campaign for prosecutor in 2000 on Livernois, just right down the street. But I don't think on my best day I had a crowd like this. You've got the Detroit community strongly behind you, and we have a lot at stake. We are going to decide this year what kind of state we're going to be, and I don't think we've ever had two choices so fundamentally apart as far as where we're going. It is kind of scary in the country and the state. But here's what I know. In the 14 years that Senator Whitmer was in Lansing, she worked hard for us every day. When there was a question of health care, extending Healthy Michigan to 660,000 people who didn't have health care, Senator Whitmer fought for it every day. It was done on a bipartisan basis. And now you've got some of the leading candidates on the Republican side saying they're going to roll that back. That's what they're running on. 660,000 people who today can get their glaucoma diagnosed early before they lose their eyesight, can get their blood pressure treated before they have a stroke, can get their cancer caught early before it's stage 4, and they can't help. Senator Whitmer is a big part of why we have it, and we're going to have to get her elected.
Yeah,
right. We care about it. And when all of the philosophy was reduce, 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 she was fighting to put more money into roads. Right? They said, we don't need it. People in this state don't want to pay a couple cents more in gas tax for roads. They're perfectly happy with the roads we have. She didn't believe that. And if you look again at her opponent's web pages, it's conspicuous. They don't mention roads. They don't even talk about it.
Right.
What they do mention is more cutbacks. And while you can see the disinvestment in the roads as you drive down streets, you can see the disinvestment in our schools every day with our children. And we have seen the scores slip. It's not just Detroit. They are slipping in districts across the state. We have not had leadership in Lansing that has dealt with the schools, except one voice who, from the day I've known her, has been committed to building the public school system, and we need to make sure that we have a public school advocate as our governor. Which and for every single Detroiter, Gretchen Whitmer was a key supporter of something that's very important to you. In December of 2012, there was a bill in Lansing to create a public lighting authority because half the street lights in this city were out. It was a controversial bill. Senator Whitmer stood up strong, supported that bill, and she gave us the tools that I was able to use when we got here. Because of Gretchen Whitmer and her support, the street lights in the city of Detroit are back on. And so, this is an election that should matter to every one of us. And so, for the next 8 months, I am going to be out every day talking about the fact that when we stay home in this city, at times we decide outcomes of elections. When we vote, we're heard. And I am so proud today to be endorsing the person who I think will put this governor back in the right direction. And that's Governor Gretchen Whitmer.
I'm so grateful for your partnership. It means a lot to me. I know that together we cannot lose, and this is a great day. I want to thank Bishop Ellis, and I want to thank Lolita. am so grateful to be here, and we are so thrilled to be opening up our headquarters on the Avenue of Fashion. I'm running for governor because, you know, there was a point in time where people came to our state for opportunity. The middle class was created here in Michigan. The American dream was realized here in Michigan. And then we started to fall behind, and Michiganders started looking elsewhere for opportunity. And I'll tell you that in 1997, I lived in downtown Detroit. It was a very different experience than it is today. I was a law student at DCL, which is now Comerica Park, and you wouldn't recognize Detroit of 1997 compared to the Detroit that's going on downtown right now, and that's because of the leadership of Mayor Mike Duggan. Mayor Duggan got to work. He doesn't accept excuses. He doesn't look for blame. He looks for solutions. And I think that's the kind of leadership Michigan needs right now more than ever, too. The exciting things that are happening in Detroit, from blight coming down to property values rising, to the lights being turned on, to businesses that are thriving and jobs that are growing, we need to expand on that. We need to make sure that he's got a partner in Lansing. Am I right? Now, we chose to come here to this spot for a number of reasons. There is a lot of exciting turnaround happening right here on Livernois. Our neighbors, Nonies, today, they're celebrating their 30th anniversary. Our friends down at Narrow Way provided the coffee today. The expansion in Detroit is all over. My friend Mike Ransom is here. He owns EMA over in Corktown. And I'm excited that he decided to join us as well. But today's been in the making for a while. I think the first time the mayor and I talked about this was almost 2 years ago. And I knew we would get here to this day. But I'm grateful not just for an endorsement, for a true partnership. Because this doesn't end on election day. Right. This is about the future. And I know that his passion for Detroit is the same level of passion I feel for the state of Michigan. That his commitment to working with everyone who wants to solve a problem and taking on anyone who stands in our way is something that I share too. Because we've got a lot of tasks we got to tackle together here in Michigan. And here's what I know. Michigan will not be a successful state unless Detroit is a successful state. And Michigan can never be considered a successful state until we are a state of successful people. So today, I just want people to take from this that we are standing together. We are going to fight together. I am in Detroit's corner, and I'm so grateful Mayor Duggan and all of you are in mine. Now let's get to work.